Malcolm, is it science karaoke time?
It is. Are you ready?
I love science karaoke.
Well, let's get started.
She blinded me with science. So what do we have here? I know it's not a karaoke machine, but it's a pretty cool science toy.
So this is called a Chaladni plate. It was invented by a violinist, actually, but he was also a physicist and a mathematician. So he kind of knew what he was doing. What he did was he used his violin bow across a thin plate of metal to create different vibrations, just like we're creating different vibrations with our voices.
And what do these vibrations do?
So why don't you test it out?
Okay.
All you have to do is put the microphone to your mouth and sing a note.
Sorry, I don't know if that was much of a note.
It was pretty good, actually.
Strangling a cat.
So, all of these different nodes right here would represent how a wave would travel through the air. So our sound waves right now are traveling through air, but waves can also travel through water and through different medium like solids. Now, right now we're doing it through a solid, and because of that, we're vibrating the sand. And when we vibrate the sand, it wants to go to the lowest point possible. So the sand will gather in the troughs, and then they'll go away from the nodes or the hills.
Okay, so I get it. So the microphone is actually connected to a speaker that's up underneath this plate.
Right.
Okay, so then every time I make a sound into the microphone, I didn't say it had to be a pretty sound.
It does not, but the prettier and the crisper the notes are, the more defined the crests and troughs will be. So you'll be able to see the higher notes, or the, what is it called?
Higher octaves?
You'll be able to see the more precise notes a lot better. Now, the higher you go in octaves, the more complex it goes.
So as this plate vibrates with the sounds that we're creating, the sand is actually falling into areas that aren't vibrating?
They're falling into areas that are not vibrating.
Okay, so that's where we're getting the picture then. We're actually drawing with the sounds that we're creating.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Now, what's really cool is that the lower pitches that you use, the more simple the sound waves are, or the more simple the images are, and that's because the sound waves are traveling a lot slower. They have a lot longer wavelengths, but the higher pitches have a lot shorter wavelengths, so they're traveling faster and they're vibrating the sand a lot more. So you can tell like this. We'll start low and then we'll go high.
I didn't know you were such a good singer, Mr. Malcolm.
I didn't either.
Wow, that's almost like a snowflake pattern.
Kinda, yeah.
That's pretty
it's
cool.
pretty cool.
So there you go. Science, technology, engineering, art, and math, and music.
Steam.
All right, until next time, thanks for visiting Discovery Center.